What to do, YouTube? It is that time of week again. First of all, an announcement. Another live reaction stream this Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time. New England Patriots is going to be lit. It is literally going to be lit. Before we get into the preview, I wanted to touch on this Mike McCarthy video that was posted 2 days ago. Excuse me, 2 days ago. Now, some of y'all was getting on me hard about that. It was like, Mike McCarthy is an excellent match. It was a little bit mix of both. But what really caught my eye was the comment by Deus. Yes, Deus, I'm going to get on you. I'm going to get on you hard today. I'm literally going to get on you hard today. Now, he said it quite a few times. He said quite a few times one of the reasons why he didn't feel like Adam Gase was the answer. As far as our team has gotten worse over the past 3 years, but I'm going to respond back to you verbally this time because you was on it today. I'm gonna give it to you. You was on it today, but as far as I'm gonna start on point number one, you was talking about draft picks: Charles Harris, Mike Gesicki. Let me give it to you like this: draft picks are hit or miss. Man's only human. It happens to every single team. How about you touch on the Laramie Tunsil draft pick who hasn't given up a sack this year? How about you touch on the Xavier Howard draft pick who got sitting on the best in the league right now, well, the most interceptions in the league right now? How about Jerome Baker who's playing excellent right now? You did touch on Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'll give you credit for that. You touched on Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now, another thing you touched on was free agents. Look, free agents have been hitting as far as Adam Gase has been here. Albert Wilson hitting. Josh Sitton, if he didn't get hurt, he was hitting. And yes, he was over 30 years old. But as far as our drafting in the past, as far as guards, haven't been that good. As far as our the guards in the past that we have had, haven't been that good. We went out and got a proven commodity guard, and he was getting the job done until he got hurt. If you look over the past 3 years of Adam Gase being here in Miami, he has worked wonders, and y'all just sit back and just do not see it. Right? You look at the first year, went 10-6, took us to the playoffs. You may sit back and think that was a Joe Philbin team, but guess what? You had consistency at the offensive line position. Consistency at the offensive line position. We had a running game. Tannehill was playing lights out that year. The second year was unfortunate. Like I said, Jay Cutler came in after Ryan Tannehill got hurt. We had to sit back and switch up some things. Obviously, Jay Cutler wasn't the best pick, but you know what? We live and we learn, right? We had to deal with that. Now this year, having the same offensive line issues, we just being plagued with injuries. The opportunities are there. Adam Gase is not that bad is not a bad coach. If you literally sit back and think he's a bad coach, how about you go back to them Joe Philbin days when we sit back and only averaging like 16 points a game, where we literally had no excuse for us while we were losing. Literally had no excuse of why we was losing. And you want to sit back, if y'all want to sit back and talk about the players that he sat back and got rid of, Jarvis Landry, the Dominican Sue, getting rid of all our best players. What the hell are we going to sit back and pay Jarvis Landry $75 million for him to be a slot receiver? That makes no sense. Why? Like, you're taking up so much cap by paying Jarvis Landry. Somebody let me know in the chat, right? Well, in the comment section when the video is over. What is Jarvis Landry's stats? And compare it to Danny Amendola's and what Albert Wilson's would have been. And of course, you want to sit back and touch on the Dominican Sue. Really, then the Dominican Sue thing, you can't argue with that one because our run defense was trash with the Dominican Sue in there, and basically was taking up over $120 million as far as cap space. So you're basically giving up all that depth on the defensive line for us to have one particular player that's really not making an impact. Lord, that felt so good to get that shit off my chest. If you have any other questions about that, I'll be sure to make a video of that later. But this is about the Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots preview video. Let's jump right into it right now. Damn. Feel like I got a mouthful off of me. Now, one thing I wanted to touch on last week that everybody just seemed to just glanced over was the pass rush for the Miami Dolphins. As far as defensively against the New England Patriots, like we keep talking about every single time we end up playing them, you have to pressure Brady. You have to hit him, and you have to consistently hit him. When we was playing the the Buffalo Bills last week, I seem to notice that, of course, we didn't sack Josh Allen, but he was rattled outside the pocket. That's what I seem to notice. He was getting outside the pocket, trying to evade the rush. So if we could get some type of pass rush like we had last week against the Buffalo Bills, I feel like we can have some huge success. Now, one thing that I am worried about, though, is the fact that Xavier Howard is having that knee injury. Now, if he is unable to go, that's going to be extremely difficult to handle because of the fact that you're only going to be sitting with Torrey McTyer and Bobby McCain right there on the outside and Minka Fitzpatrick. Now, what you going to do? You going to end up putting Minka Fitzpatrick on Josh Gordon, or you going to put him on Julian Edelman? Xavier Howard's got to go. He's going to have to go because this is where my next point comes in. We're going to have to sit back and try to force a turnover. That is most important. If we can get one turnover on Tom Brady, one turnover, we should be able to win this game. Literally, that is important. And last but not least, as far as on defense, bracket Gronk. Bracket him. Like, you know how you had to sit back and just bang him with the linebacker, and you have a safety and a linebacker checking him the whole game. And makes it, like I said, you have to bang him. I know he's hurt right now. He's vulnerable. Just hit him. Just make sure, let him know that you're there. Just bump him one good time and sit back and knock him off his route. And I can guarantee you, Josh Gordon is going to be that main. It's going to be that main receipt factor in the game where Tom Brady's going to force the ball to him. I feel like we're going to get that turnover right there if Xavier Howard plays. But as far as on the offensive side of the football, we went over this many times last week when we was put back and watching the game together. We saw Jesse Davis looking like a dead body. We saw Ted Larson looking like a dead body. Jake Brendel looking like a dead body. We cannot have that in this game. The offensive line is going to have to play consistent, literally consistent. From Lermy Tunsil all the way down to Jawan James is going to have to play consistent. And one thing that's really head scratching to me is why we sit back and be looking at Mike Gesicki blocking like that is the most disgusting thing I've seen in my life. So that needs to stop. That literally needs to stop. Until he sits back and has some consistency in blocking, we don't need to sit back and see that because he's about to get Brian Tannehill killed. But consistency on the offensive line is imperative. A consistent running game as well. Everybody keeps saying this. You have to sit back and keep Tom Brady on the bench. If you don't keep Tom Brady on the bench, he will eat you alive. So with that being said, grind that football out with Frank Gore. Grind it out. Try to sit back and milk that clock as much as possible. Because when Tom Brady get on the field, he is looking to get 6 every single time. Also, Kenyon Drake has to be involved early and often. It doesn't matter if he's running the ball, if he's catching the ball from the slot, out of the backfield. It doesn't matter. Kenyon Drake is our X factor. He has to get involved early and often for us to sit back and make those great plays that I know he can make. And also, last but not least, take advantage of the big plays. And what I mean by take advantage of the big plays, this goes into a part with the offensive line consistency. The offensive line is going to have to hold when those big plays are there because over the past couple of weeks, I've been seeing a lot of big plays being left on the field because the offensive line was unable to hold up or miss pass. I'm not going to exclude Tannehill on this either because I've seen him sit back and underthrow somebody. But just holding everybody accountable for that. But yeah, taking advantage of those big plays is going to be imperative. We cannot miss out on those big plays because if we miss out, we're going to leave points on the board, and it's giving Tom Brady an opportunity to sit back and make plays. But other than that, that's all I got as far as game plan. Final score. It's in Miami, just so y'all know. It's in Miami, New England Patriots fans. So it's going to be 7-28. Miami takes it over New England. We're going to be still alive in the playoff hunt. Let me know what you guys think. You know what it is. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is GreatOne DeVore. I'm up out of here.